What if I told you that for the same price as a fast food meal, you could build a survival kit that might save your life? Most people think emergency preparedness is expensive, but what if you're just one power outage away from wishing you'd spent $10 at the dollar store? In this video, I'm going to show you exactly 10 essential survival items you can get for just $1 each. By the end, you'll know how to build a complete emergency kit without breaking the bank, covering fire, water, food, first aid, and more. Stick around until the end, because item number 10 is something most people overlook, but it could be the difference between chaos and organization when disaster strikes. Welcome to Food Decider, where we help you make smart decisions for survival and everyday life. If you find this valuable, hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss life-saving tips like these. Let's start with the absolute foundation of survival: fire. Fire is arguably the most fundamental survival tool you can have. It provides warmth when you're freezing, light when you're in the dark, the ability to cook food, and even a way to signal for help if you're stranded. In an emergency situation, having multiple ways to start a fire isn't just helpful, it's critical. Here's the good news. At your local dollar store, you can pick up both matches and lighters for just $1 each. We're talking about a pack of 10 books of matches with 32 matches per book, and a set of 3 lighters, all for just $2 total. Now here's a crucial concept in emergency preparedness: redundancy. You always want backup options. If your lighter runs out of fuel or gets wet, you've got matches. If your matches get damp, you've got a lighter. This is the kind of thinking that separates someone who survives from someone who struggles. These fire-starting tools should go everywhere. Put them in your get-home bag. That's the bag you keep in your car to help you get home if something happens while you're out. Add them to your bug-out bag, your home emergency kit, and have extras ready for power outages. Having at least 2 sources of fire is the minimum recommendation. 3 is even better for those worst-case scenarios. And the best part, these items are lightweight, incredibly inexpensive, and easy to store anywhere. Now let's talk about light and warmth, specifically candles. When the power goes out, especially at night, candles become absolutely invaluable. They provide light that helps you navigate safely, they create a sense of comfort and normalcy during a stressful situation, and they even produce a modest source of heat. During winter blackouts, candles can actually help warm a small room, especially if you use a smart strategy like isolating everyone in one area of your house or even setting up a tent indoors to trap heat. Dollar stores offer incredible variety of candles. You'll find large pillar candles, packs of tea lights, and even those tall religious candles that burn for hours. For your emergency kits, I strongly recommend choosing unscented candles. Why? Because during a stressful emergency situation, the last thing you want is an overwhelming artificial fragrance giving you a headache or making a confined space uncomfortable. Candles are ridiculously simple to use and store. Throw them in your blackout bags, your home emergency kits, your bug-out bags, anywhere you might need light. A 4-pack of candles costs just $1, which makes it incredibly easy to stock up and have them available for multiple kits throughout your home and vehicle. Let's shift gears and talk about first aid, specifically adhesive bandages. Now, you might be thinking, really, Band-Aids? That's not that important? But hear me out. In a disaster situation, maintaining proper hygiene becomes extremely challenging. You might not be able to shower regularly. You might not have easy access to clean water for washing your hands. In this environment, even a small cut or scrape can quickly become a serious problem. Here's what happens. That little cut that would normally heal in a few days, without proper cleaning and protection, it can become infected. An infection during an emergency, when you might not have access to medical care, antibiotics, or even basic first aid supplies, can turn a bad situation into a truly life-threatening one. A simple infection can spread, cause fever, and seriously compromise your ability to function. While brand-name Band-Aids can be pricier, dollar stores carry flexible fabric adhesive bandages that work just as well for a fraction of the cost. For just a few dollars total, you can assemble a basic first aid kit with bandages, antiseptics, and other essentials. These bandages are crucial for preventing infection in minor wounds, protecting cuts from bacteria and germs in your environment, and maintaining basic hygiene standards during extended emergencies. Don't underestimate the value of these simple items. They're small, they're cheap, but they can make a massive difference in your overall health and safety when everything else is falling apart. Now, we need to talk about the ultimate non-negotiable in any survival situation: water. Your body can go weeks without food, but only about 3 days without water. The dollar store sells quart-sized bottles of water for $1 each, along with smaller containers if you prefer those. For a basic emergency kit, you should aim for at least 2 quarts per person as a starting point.
Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Shouldn't I have those big 5-gallon jugs at home? Yes, absolutely. For your home storage, larger reserves are ideal. But for portability, these individual bottles are perfect. They're exactly what you need for bug-out bags, get-home kits, and short-term emergency kits that you might need to grab and carry quickly. These bottles are lightweight, easy to transport, and simple to replace as needed. Start with just a couple of bottles per person and add more over time as your budget allows. The key is to actually have something rather than waiting until you can afford the perfect water storage system. But here's the thing about water, eventually you might run out. That's where our next item comes in. Bleach. Now, bleach might seem like an odd choice for a survival kit, but it's actually one of the most versatile and powerful tools you can have. Bleach is an incredibly effective disinfectant with multiple uses in emergency situations. You can sanitize surfaces to prevent disease, clean clothes when you can't do regular laundry, and most importantly, you can purify water. Here's how this works. If you run out of bottled water and need to drink from a questionable source, maybe rainwater, water from a stream, or water that's been sitting for a while, bleach can make it safe to drink. According to the CDC, you add just 2 drops of unscented bleach per quart of water, mix it well, and let it sit. This simple process kills harmful bacteria and viruses, transforming potentially dangerous water into drinkable water. A small bottle of bleach from the dollar store will last you a very long time because you only need a tiny amount per quart. Always choose unscented bleach to avoid any unpleasant flavors in your drinking water. When you compare the cost of a $1 bottle of bleach to those expensive water purification tablets that can run $10, $15, even $20, the value becomes crystal clear. Bleach is a budget-friendly alternative that's just as effective, and it's an absolute must-have for any emergency kit. Let's talk about food. During stressful times, food provides more than just energy. It provides comfort and psychological relief. You'd be amazed at how much better people feel when they have a warm meal during a crisis. Dollar stores offer a solid range of options, including canned meats, vegetables, chili, various pasta options, and the controversial item we're going to discuss, ramen noodles. Now, ramen noodles get a lot of criticism, and honestly, much of it is deserved. They're not nutritionally dense, they're high in sodium, they're basically refined carbs with some flavoring. But here's the reality. For short-term emergency kits, ramen has a legitimate place. They're extremely lightweight and easy to store. You can prepare them quickly with just hot water. And here's the kicker. You get 5 packs for just $1. That's an unbeatable price point. Should you rely on ramen noodles for long-term sustenance? Absolutely not. But for a 24 to 72-hour emergency kit, they're perfectly fine. The warmth of a hot meal and even that artificial chicken or beef flavor can genuinely boost morale during a crisis. When you're cold, scared, and uncertain about what's happening, something as simple as warm noodles can provide a sense of normalcy and comfort. As your budget allows, supplement your ramen with canned goods and other non-perishable foods that offer more balanced nutrition. But don't let perfect be the enemy of good. Having some food is infinitely better than having no food while you wait to afford the ideal freeze-dried camping meals. Let's talk about power, specifically batteries. Many of your essential emergency tools depend on batteries. Your flashlights, your headlamps, your emergency radios, none of these work without power. Dollar stores carry a solid variety of battery brands, including both name brand options and generic alternatives that work just fine. Here's a pro tip that will make your life so much easier. Standardize your gear to use the same battery type. Choose either AA or AAA batteries, and buy flashlights and radios and other devices that all use the same size. This simplifies everything. You don't have to remember which device needs which battery. You can swap batteries between devices if needed, and when you stock up, you know exactly what to buy. Stock up on extras for 3 reasons. Backup power when your current batteries die, additional supplies for long-term outages, and potential bartering. In an extended emergency, batteries become incredibly valuable, and having extras means you might be able to trade for other supplies you need. Include batteries in every kit you create. Kits for yourself, kits you share with family members, kits you prepare for friends or neighbors. At $1 per pack, there's no excuse not to have plenty on hand. Now let's discuss medicine. Dollar stores offer a range of generic medications that are just as effective as brand name versions. You can find anti-inflammatories like ibuprofen and aspirin, anti-diarrhea medication, upset stomach remedies, and even sleep aids. For just a few dollars total, you can assemble a basic medicine kit that addresses the most common ailments you might face during an emergency. At absolute minimum, include pain relievers in your kit. Being able to manage pain and reduce inflammation can make an enormous difference in your ability to function during a crisis.
Imagine dealing with a severe headache, muscle pain from physical exertion, or inflammation from a minor injury, all while trying to manage an emergency situation. Having simple pain relief available isn't a luxury. It's a necessity that can significantly impact your ability to think clearly and take care of yourself and others. These medications can make the difference between someone who can push through and help versus someone who's incapacitated by discomfort. Don't overlook this category. Here's something most people completely overlook when planning for emergencies: hygiene. Without running water, you and your family can become dirty and uncomfortable incredibly quickly. This isn't just about feeling gross. Poor hygiene during emergencies can lead to serious health problems. Wet wipes, also called moist wipes, are an absolute lifesaver for cleaning your hands, face, and body when you don't have access to running water. Good hygiene during emergencies prevents food poisoning from eating with dirty hands, diarrhea from bacteria you've picked up, and skin infections from accumulated dirt and sweat. Wet wipes are lightweight, easy to store, and incredibly versatile. You can use them for personal hygiene, cleaning surfaces, wiping down eating utensils. The uses are nearly endless. But dollar stores offer even more hygiene options. You'll find travel-sized toothpaste and toothbrushes, toilet paper, feminine hygiene products, all useful additions to your emergency kit. For just a few dollars, you can build a comprehensive hygiene kit that will keep everyone in your household clean and healthy during an extended emergency. This is especially important if you have children, elderly family members, or anyone with compromised immune systems. Finally, let's talk about organization. This might seem boring compared to fire starters and water purification, but I'm telling you, organization is absolutely key to effective emergency preparedness. This is where Ziploc bags come in, and they're genuinely one of the most versatile items you can have. Ziploc bags are perfect for separating different categories of supplies. Put your first aid items in one bag, your fire starters in another, your hygiene products in a third. This keeps everything organized and easy to find when you're stressed and searching in the dark. You can use them for storing food to keep it fresh and protected from moisture. Store water if you need to transport it or create makeshift water filters in emergency situations. Keep tinder dry for fire starting. Here's another crucial use: keeping dirty or wet items completely separate from your clean gear. If you have wet clothes, muddy items, or anything contaminated, you can seal them away so they don't ruin everything else in your kit. A pack of 16 Ziploc bags costs only $1, making it ridiculously easy to keep your entire kit tidy, organized, and accessible. When you're in an emergency situation, the last thing you want is to waste precious time digging through a messy bag trying to find your matches or your first aid supplies. Organization means efficiency, and efficiency can literally save your life. So let's put this all together. With just $10, you can cover all the basics. Fire starting with matches and lighters, light and warmth with candles, water and purification with bottled water and bleach, food with ramen noodles, power with batteries, first aid with bandages, medicine with pain relievers, hygiene with wet wipes, and organization with Ziploc bags. Here's my challenge to you. Set a goal to spend just $10 each month at the dollar store. Gradually expand your kit with additional water, more food options, extra candles, backup supplies, whatever your family needs.
Over time, you'll develop a robust emergency kit that's completely tailored to your specific situation and needs. And here's the beautiful thing. You can customize this for your unique household. Do you have more family members? Add extra water and food for each person. Do you have specific medical needs? Include those particular medications. Are you preparing for pets, infants, or elderly relatives? Dollar stores make it incredibly easy to customize your kit without overspending. There's also a powerful psychological benefit to all of this. Knowing you have these essentials on hand reduces anxiety and helps you respond more calmly during actual emergencies. Even simple items like ramen noodles or candles can provide enormous comfort and a sense of stability when everything around you feels chaotic and uncertain. Plus, when you stock up on extra supplies, you're not just preparing for yourself. You're positioning yourself to help neighbors and friends who might be in need. Sharing batteries, food, or hygiene products during a crisis can strengthen community bonds and improve everyone's collective chances of weathering whatever's happening. Preparedness isn't selfish. It's actually one of the most generous things you can do because it means you won't be a burden on others and you'll have resources to share. Let's address the elephant in the room: excuses. So many people say they can't afford to prep, that it's too expensive, that it's only for wealthy people with specialized gear. That's simply not true anymore, and you now have proof. The most important survival items, food, water, fire, light, are all available at your local dollar store for $1.
With a little planning and consistency, literally anyone can build a functional survival kit. Whether you're a seasoned prepper who's been doing this for years or someone who's just starting to think about emergency preparedness for the first time, there's no reason to delay. The dollar store offers everything you need to get started, $1 at a time. Emergencies are unpredictable. Natural disasters, power outages, extreme weather events, these things happen without warning. But your response doesn't have to be chaotic or unprepared. By investing just a few dollars each month at your local dollar store, you can assemble a practical, genuinely effective survival kit for yourself and everyone you care about. Focus on the essentials first: fire, light, water, food, hygiene, and organization, and build from there. As you become more comfortable and your budget allows, you can add more sophisticated items, larger quantities, and specialized equipment. But start with the basics, because the basics are what will see you through most emergency situations. Preparedness is ultimately about three things: peace of mind, personal resilience, and the ability to help others when they need it most. Don't let cost or complexity or intimidation hold you back. You don't need to spend thousands of dollars on fancy gear. You don't need a bunker or years of stored food. You just need to start small, stay consistent, and take control of your own safety today. No more excuses. You now know exactly what to buy and where to get it. Here's your action step. Visit your local dollar store this week and start with just 3 items. Pick the 3 that make the most sense for your situation and build from there. Remember, emergencies are unpredictable, but your response doesn't have to be. If this video helped you feel more prepared and less anxious about emergencies, smash that like button right now. Subscribe to Food Decider for more practical survival tips and smart decision-making strategies that can genuinely improve your life. Drop a comment below and tell me, which dollar store item surprised you most? I read every comment and I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'll see you in the next video. Stay safe out there.